Everyone feared Violet Mueller. She spoke secrets no one should ever know. Born in 1871, stormy hair, eyes too old for her age. Mother died young, father lost in his regrets. Alone, Violet discovered her gift, could speak what others tried to hide. First secret at 6. Old Mrs. Hargrove's attic window walked. Violet whispered it aloud. Next morning, window open. Town said coincidence. Violet knew better. Secrets spilled from her lips. Teachers avoided her. Children ran when she sat near. By 12, feared and depended on. A loaf of bread stolen. Violet whispered the truth. Bread returned by noon. Town relied on her, yet wanted silence. Nights were worse. Dreams filled with voices, crying, shouting secrets. Blankets, pillows, hiding. Didn't help. Only comfort, old oak by the river. Staring at water for hours. Wondering why cursed, why her words held power. Then the stranger arrived. Town didn't notice, Violet did. Something darker, something bigger than any secret. They say a girl should never speak what others hide. Violet Mueller couldn't help herself. She spoke. Town would never be the same. Share this video. Comment what secret Violet will reveal next, and subscribe to uncover the full story. Violet felt it the moment she woke. Something was coming for her. Morning fog covered the town. Heavy, thick, wrong. Violet sensed the shift, a pressure in the air, a whisper inside her chest, a warning she couldn't explain. Then she saw him, the stranger, walking the main road, tall, silent, face hidden beneath a dark coat. No one noticed him, no one except Violet. Her gift reacted instantly. Whispers flooded her mind, sharp, broken, urgent. She stumbled back. The stranger lifted his head. Not fully, just enough, as if he heard her fear, as if he recognized her. Violet turned and ran, toward the river, toward the old oak, her only refuge. But the whispers followed, stronger, closer, more desperate. Don't speak, don't reveal, don't let him hear you. Violet gripped the tree trunk, cold, wet, unforgiving. Then the worst part. The secrets inside her pushed upward, fighting, struggling to escape her mouth. Her lips trembled. A foreign sentence emerged. Not hers. Not from anyone in town. Something older. Something darker. He is here for what you carry. Violet froze. The wind stilled. The river hushed. Footsteps approached. Slow. Controlled. Inevitable. The stranger stopped at the riverbank, watching her, studying her, waiting for her secrets to slip out. And Violet understood something terrifying. He wasn't afraid of her ability. He knew it, maybe even wanted it. The whispers rose again, not to warn her, but to beg her. Run. Share this video, comment what you think the stranger wants, and subscribe so you don't miss next. Violet didn't run fast enough, and the whispers knew it before she did. She sprinted through the trees. Branches clawed at her sleeves. Roots tried to trip her. The forest felt alive, as if it didn't want her escaping. Behind her, footsteps, slow, measured, too calm for someone chasing. The stranger wasn't running. He didn't need to. He knew she couldn't outrun what hunted her. Violet's breath tore at her lungs. Her heart thrashed against her ribs. The whispers were louder now, panicked, chaotic, fighting each other to reach her mind. Hide! Stay silent! Don't let him hear your voice! Violet dropped behind a fallen log, pressed a hand over her own mouth. Her body trembled. Her gift trembled harder. Because secrets don't like being trapped. They push, they claw, they scream to be spoken. A nearby twig snapped. Violet froze, not by fear, by instinct. Her gift sensed something else, something worse than the stranger. Another presence, unseen, but close. The shadows between the trees thickened, shifted, as if something moved inside them, something old, something that knew her name. Her lips parted, not willingly, not by choice. A whisper slipped out, barely a breath. He wasn't the first to find me. Violet slapped a hand over her mouth. Too late. The stranger's footsteps stopped. Silence dropped like a stone. Then, a low voice from the trees. Not his, not human. Speaking again, Violet? Her blood turned to ice. Her eyes widened, because she recognized that voice. It had haunted her dreams since childhood. It was the voice that delivered secrets before she ever spoke them, the voice of the one who gave her the gift, and it had finally followed her into the waking world. Share this video, comment who you think the voice belongs to, and subscribe so you don't miss next. The voice that haunted Violet's dreams finally stepped into the light. A cold wind moved through the trees. The shadows stretched, shifted, trembled. Violet pressed her back against the fallen log, hands shaking, breath shallow. The stranger stood still at the river's edge, not moving, not speaking, as if he was waiting for the same thing Violet feared. The shadows thickened, forming a shape, a silhouette, tall, crooked, familiar in the worst way. Violet's heartbeat faltered. The voice spoke again, smooth, slow, knowing. "You've grown, Violet." She squeezed her eyes shut. She didn't want to see the face behind the voice. But her gift didn't care. Her gift forced her to look. The figure stepped forward. A man, or something like one. Eyes too dark, smile too calm, presence too heavy. Violet whispered, "Why are you here?" Her voice cracked, her gift shivered. The words carried power she didn't intend. The man's smile widened. "To collect what I gave you." Violet felt the air collapse around her. The ground seemed to tilt. Every secret inside her twisted, recoiled, panicked. The stranger by the river finally spoke, his voice deep, firm, protective. "You're not taking her." Violet's eyes darted between the two men, both watching her, both knowing her, both connected to her cursed ability. The shadowed man tilted his head. "Still playing hero, I see." His tone mocking, cold. The stranger stepped closer, hands clenched, jaw tight. Violet could feel the tension between them, old, violent, dangerous. "What does he want from me?" Violet whispered. The stranger didn't answer. Couldn't, because the truth hit her suddenly, hard, unavoidable. These two weren't meeting for the first time. They had history, and she was the reason for it. The shadows shifted again, closer, hungrier. The voice whispered, "Come, Violet. The secrets are not yours to keep." Violet finally understood. She wasn't caught between two men. She was caught between two powers. The force tightened around her, Branches leaned in. The air felt sharp, unbreathable. The shadowed man took another step, confident, calm, certain she would follow. The stranger moved closer too, protective, defensive, ready to fight if needed. Violet felt the pressure building in her chest. Her gift writhed inside her, alive, restless, hungry. She whispered, "What do you want from me?" The shadowed man smiled. "Everything I placed inside you." His words chilled her, because deep down she knew it was true. When she was young, the whispers came from nowhere. No one taught her, no one warned her, and now she knew why. It was planted, given, forced into her. The stranger stepped in front of her, shielding her, voice low, "You won't touch her." The shadowed man tilted his head, mocking, amused. "Still pretending she's yours to protect?" Violet swallowed hard. Her voice shook. You know each other." Both men went still. The air cracked with tension. The stranger spoke first. "We made a bargain." His tone sharp, controlled, painful. The shadowed man's grin widened, and he failed to keep it. Violet's pulse raced. What bargain? Neither answered. Silence wrapped around them, heavy, dangerous, deadly. Her gift surged. A secret clawed its way up her throat, too strong to hold back, too loud to silence. She whispered, "You traded me." The trees seemed to stop breathing. The shadowed man smiled. The stranger closed his eyes. Violet's world tilted, traded, given away, before she even understood what she was. Her knees weakened. Her hands shook. The shadowed man extended a hand. "Come, Violet, your voice belongs to me." The stranger stepped forward. "No, she chooses for herself." Violet's heart pounded, because for the first time, she wasn't sure she had a choice at all. Violet's voice was slipping out of her control, and both men knew it before she did. The air cracked, sharp, electric. Danger pressed in from all sides. Violet staggered back, her mind spinning, her gift pulling at her like hands around her throat. The shadowed man watched her closely, eyes glowing faintly, hungry, expectant. The stranger clenched his fists, his jaw tight, his breathing steady but strained. He was preparing for something Violet couldn't see. The whispers inside her exploded, fast, loud, overlapping. "Don't trust him. Don't trust the other one either. Both want what you hold." Violet grabbed her head. The voices weren't just secrets. They were warnings. Please. They were afraid. She whispered, shaking, "Stop, please." But the gift didn't stop. It surged harder, fiercer. The shadowed man extended his hand again. "You're unraveling, Violet. Only I can steady what I created." The stranger stepped between them. "No, you made her a weapon, not a child." Weapon. The word cut deep. Violet's chest tightened. Her pulse spiked. The shadowed man's expression shifted, darkened, a flicker of anger. "One more lie from you," he hissed at the stranger, "and I'll rip your memories open one by one." Violet stared at them. Two enemies, bound by something bigger, something involving her. Her voice trembled. "What was the bargain?" The stranger looked away. Couldn't speak. Wouldn't. The shadowed man smiled slowly. "You were promised to me the moment you were born." Violet's breath caught. Her knees buckled. Her gift surged violently, like it was trying to burst out of her. The stranger yelled, "Violet, don't listen!" Too late. A secret ripped itself free. Loud, echoing, unstoppable. "You're both lying!" The forest shuddered. The shadows recoiled. Even the wind froze. Because the secret didn't come from Violet. It came from something deeper, something older than both men. And it was waking up. Share this video. Comment what you think is waking inside Violet, and subscribe so you don't miss next. The secret that burst from Violet wasn't hers, and whatever owned it was finally rising. The forest went still. Every leaf, every branch, frozen in place. Violet gasped for breath. Something inside her shifted, twisted, expanded. The shadowed man stepped back. For the first time, fear flickered in his eyes. The stranger grabbed Violet's arm. "Stay with me," he whispered. But it already felt too late. A deep vibration rolled through the ground. Low, steady, ancient. Violet's vision blurred. Black shapes swirling, voices multiplying. 1,000 secrets whispering at once. Her body shook so violently she could barely stand. The whispers weren't just inside her now. They were around her, above her, below her. The shadowed man hissed, "She's opening." The stranger snapped, "Because you forced it." Opening. The word stabbed at Violet's mind. What was opening? What was waking? A deep voice rose from within her, not spoken through her lips, but through the air itself. "She was not promised to either of you." The shadows recoiled instantly. The stranger stiffened. Violet's heart slammed into her ribs. The voice continued. "She was created to contain me." Contain. Not inherit. Not use. Contain. Violet's breath hitched. Her knees buckled. Her hands dug into the dirt. The ground trembled beneath her palms. The shadowed man whispered, horrified, "No, no, she's waking the bound one." The stranger cursed under his breath, his voice urgent, desperate. "We need to close her mind, now." Violet choked out, "What's happening to me?" Neither answered, because neither could. The air around her cracked like shattered glass. Light spilled through the fractures. Darkness pulled at the edges. Violet screamed, not in fear, but because something enormous was pushing its way into the world through her. The forest bent inward. The river surged outward. Even the sky dimmed. The ancient voice whispered, "Let me out, Violet." And she felt her body starting to obey. Share this video. Comment what you think the bound one truly is. And subscribe so you don't miss next. She thought the danger ended at the gate. She was wrong. The real terror waited in the silence behind her. Night settled over the compound like a heavy blanket. Too still. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your heartbeat sound loud enough to betray you. She stepped forward. One slow breath. One trembling blink. The ground felt colder than before, like something had drained the warmth out of the earth itself. A rustle behind her. Soft. Quick. Not an animal. Not the wind. Something else. Something watching. She didn't turn. Not yet. Fear had a cruel habit of freezing the spine before it strikes the throat. Her palms grew slick, her breath sharp. Her mind whispered the same question again and again. Did it follow me? A distant metallic clang cut through the silence. Like a chain snapping. Like a lock breaking. Like something freed. She spun around. Nothing. Only shadows piled on top of shadows. Her pulse hammered. Her eyes scanned every corner, every crooked tree, every trembling leaf, every drowned piece of moonlight. Then she noticed something wrong. Very wrong. The gate she had closed behind her, the heavy iron gate, the one that always groaned when it opened. It was open now. Silent. Wide. Inviting. Her throat tightened. Her feet backed away on their own until her shoulder hit a wall. Cold. Rough. Familiar. And then a smell reached her. Faint. Rotting. Old. Like damp earth freshly disturbed. Like something buried. Or something unburied. She held her breath. Every muscle in her body locked. A creeping presence slithered into the space around her. Close. Very close. Too close. A whisper brushed her ear. Not words. Just breath. A slow exhale. A hungry one. Her legs nearly collapsed. She forced herself not to scream, not yet, not until she knew what stood behind her, not until she knew if she could run, or if running was already too late. She swallowed hard. Her heartbeat thundered. Her voice cracked as she finally whispered, "Who's there?" The darkness answered with movement. She thought the whisper was the worst part, but the footsteps proved her wrong. The darkness shifted, slow, heavy, deliberate, like something dragging itself out of a grave it never wanted to stay in. Her breath hitched. Her fingers curled into fists she knew she couldn't use. The air behind her thickened. Too warm, too close, too alive. She took one step forward. Just one. A test. A prayer. The floorboards groaned beneath her weight, and the sound echoed through the empty space like a warning. The footsteps followed, perfectly, exactly, mocking her. Her throat tightened, her skin crawled, every instinct screamed, "Don't turn around." But not turning was worse. Turning was terrifying, but not turning was deadly. She edged toward the faint strip of moonlight spilling through the doorway ahead. A thin silver promise of safety, a tiny lifeline carved into the dark. Another step, another creak, another echoing response behind her. She bit her lip until she tasted iron. Fear made her knees weak, made her vision blur. But she pushed forward, because stopping meant surrender, and surrender meant disappearing into the dark forever. She reached the doorway. The moonlight kissed her fingertips, warm, real, hopeful. But then, a cold hand wrapped around her ankle. Her scream tore through the silence, raw, panicked, desperate. She kicked wildly. Her foot slipped free. She stumbled into the light, collapsing onto the ground, breathless, trembling, terrified. Behind her, the doorway filled with a shape. Tall, bent, unnatural. A silhouette with edges that didn't make sense. Like it was stitched together from shadows that didn't belong to each other. It didn't cross into the light. It only stood there, watching, waiting, breathing. The sound of that breath made her stomach twist. Slow, heavy, hungry. She scrambled backward until her spine hit the far wall. Her voice barely pushed through her shaking lips. "What are you?" The shadow stepped closer. Just one step. Only one. Enough to promise she wasn't escaping this night without answers. Or without scars. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for the next. Everything led to this moment. Violet had to face the truth or lose herself forever. The shadow stopped, just out of reach, watching, breathing, patient. Violet's heart pounded. Her gift roared inside her. Secrets clawing, writhing, begging to be spoken. She forced herself to stand. Every muscle burned. Every thought screamed run. But running wasn't an option. Not anymore. The stranger stepped beside her, steady, silent, protective. "You can do this," he whispered, but his eyes held worry, fear, a hint of doubt. The shadow leaned forward slightly. A voice emerged, low, chilling, ancient. "You were never meant to control me, Violet." Violet trembled. Her lips quivered. Her gift surged like wildfire. She whispered, "No, I control myself." The shadow recoiled. For the first time it faltered. Her words burned like fire through the darkness. The whispers in her mind harmonized, strong, clear, her own voice. The stranger raised his hands. The shadow hissed. A silent battle rippled through the air. Violet felt the power of every secret she had spoken, every truth she had carried flowing into her. She stepped forward, one deliberate step, two, each step pushing the shadow back, until finally it shrank, receded, disappeared. The forest exhaled. The river calmed. The night no longer pressed on her chest. Violet dropped to her knees, exhausted, shaking, alive. The stranger helped her up. "You did it," he said softly. "You're free. For now." Violet looked to the dark trees. The shadow was gone, but she knew it wasn't the last. Secrets never die. They only wait. She touched her lips, a reminder. Her voice was hers alone, and for the first time she felt the weight lift. The power was hers, her choice, her secret. She turned to the stranger. A small, determined smile formed. "Let's go home." Share this video, comment your favorite moment of Violet's journey, and subscribe to uncover more dark stories like hers.